Do you want to get out of poverty? I'm going to show you 10 ways that will help you get out of poverty. You're not alone in this battle. We all need a little bit of help sometimes. I've been there and done it before, so I know what it's like. Everyone talks about why people are poor, but few offer solutions. I believe that if you want others to do better, you have a responsibility to share what works, because for every person who wants to understand how they can help, there are 10 more who just don't know how and become frustrated that nothing works. So here's my advice on what it takes to get out of poverty. 1. Invest your time in education. From pre-K through college, education has a huge impact on income. If your parents didn't go to college, you have a lower chance of attending. The longer you stay in school, the more money you make over your lifetime. This is particularly true for people from disadvantaged backgrounds. The biggest difference between children who succeed and those who fail often comes down to motivation rather than talent. 2. Decide what you care about most. It's not about being smart or working hard. There are plenty of very intelligent and industrious poor people throughout the world. When it comes to escaping poverty, it all boils down to what most matters to you. Do you care about power or money? Or do you care about the health and well-being of your family? If you care more about work than your personal life, there are plenty of jobs out there. But if you can find a job that allows for time with your family, that will make all the difference in escaping poverty. 3. Master a profitable skill. There is always a demand for skilled workers who will invest themselves in their work. For example, in construction during down periods, many union members have so little building going on that they start their own business doing other things like carpentry or handyman projects. I know plumbers who only buy real estate on the side because it makes them wealthy even when their business is slow. I have a friend who only worked on commission for 10 years and made more money than the average teacher makes in 10 lifetimes. And it's not just limited to those with specialized skills like carpentry or plumbing or software engineering. If you are willing to invest yourself in your work, there will always be someone out there willing to pay you better than average wages if they believe you'll make them more money at the end of the day. 4. Move. I've been saying this for years. Moving is one of the best ways to escape poverty because moving has so much upside and relatively little downside. If you live in a dangerous city like Chicago or Detroit or Oakland and you move to a wealthy city like Houston, the improvement to your quality of life is huge. There are more jobs available that pay decent money. You'll have better access to healthcare. You'll be less likely to commit crimes. And you'll feel safer. As someone who grew up in a dangerous neighborhood, it's hard for me not to notice how much easier it is on my psyche wherever I go when I'm around other well-to-do people. If there were no consequences for leaving behind what you know, we would all do it instantly, but unfortunately, many people believe they can't leave their old neighborhood because housing rentals are too expensive elsewhere. 5. Believe in something. Your faith is key for making good decisions. When you have a higher purpose in life, it's easier to ignore the desire for instant gratification and do what is right. If you're spending your days seeking material possessions that will bring you pleasure rather than working on becoming a better person, it's hard to be satisfied with anything less. The same kind of goes for believing in something larger than yourself. 6. Don't try to get rich quick or think you're rich. While you may have heard the story about how Mark Zuckerberg, who started Facebook in his dorm room, ended up becoming a billionaire, there are many others who got rich quickly only to end up broke just as quickly. Lamar Odom's parents were able to pay for him to go to college and buy him a BMW when he was getting into trouble at school and making bad decisions with his life. But not long after that, he blew through millions of dollars playing basketball, which happened because he didn't know how much money $50 per hour really is. So if you want to keep yourself from becoming another example of someone who doesn't understand what it takes to actually get rich and stay that way, this is what you need to know about getting rich quickly. 7. Get rich quick by being a high-risk taker. If you want to become really wealthy, a high-risk career is probably the best way there, but if you don't have the drive or tolerance for risk, it's probably not for you. 8. Protecting your assets. The more success you have, the more opportunities that will come your way. And there are people that will see those opportunities and they'll want a piece of them. As someone who has been successful over time, I can tell you firsthand how true this is, but as long as you understand this concept early, having lots of assets won't mean much. The reason why I'm telling you this is because once you have lots of money or assets, there are going to be a lot of people who try to get their hands on it. 9. Income and expenses. Not knowing your income or expenses can get you into trouble. If you don't know how much money you are making or spending, it's easy to go over budget and not have enough. So if you make a habit of spending more money than what you earn, it's going to be harder to have the financial freedom that you want. This is why most people who are in debt aren't able to accumulate wealth, because they're constantly living beyond their means and working like crazy just to stay afloat. 10. Thinking money is evil. Believing money is evil can also get you into trouble. Money is a powerful tool, but it's not evil. It can be used as an effective weapon for good. There are so many things you can do and accomplish with money that can improve not only your life but other people's lives as well.